to come on and talk about any subject. Looky there. What do you think that is? It's not the same joint. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Video Call-In Show, that show that invites you to be a live video guest on this program. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe the world just might have ended. Earlier this week, I read that Willie Nelson stopped smoking pot. Lifelong pothead Willie Nelson, whose music some know and love, has quit smoking marijuana. I want to talk about that tonight. A little bit about my history with that substance, and I want to hear about yours. We're going to have a panel show tonight. Stay with us.
I suppose I should get this out of my face. Hey, folks. Okay, let me get this. There we go. You have sound now? Can you all hear us? Do I have to have sign language? Let me know.
You should be good.
I'm just waiting. Camera's over there. My computer's down here, so if I don't look like I'm looking at you, that's probably true. Okay.
Okay.
Paul can hear us. That's cool. We're just making sure. Yes. Awesome. Hope. Jonathan is 5x5. I'm not sure, Jonathan, what your 5x5 is, but hey. Oh, no, I am not. And yeah. Don't even say that, Big Dreams Homestead. You're crazy. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I think we did. I don't even know what we did. It's a blur. Good. They can hear us now. You want to see sign language? I only know a few items, so you probably don't want to see those right now. I know one in Italian. My uncle taught me that years ago. Our guest is Jim from the Video Call-In Show. It's going to be an interesting evening. We can bring him out of the green room, gray room, purple room.
We can do that here right now.
Good.
Jim, say hi. You are on the air here.
Hello, everyone, and I'm here to tell you that the room is actually more blue than anything.
Yeah, it is. I see that.
How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing fine.
I'm
Thanks for having me on.
I'm still catching up. So you were just saying just a minute ago the weather's been so bad over your way that you actually had an accident today?
I did have an accident. I wouldn't say so bad. It's just that you know how it is when you have the first big snow. Everyone turns into idiots.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm on my way to band practice, rehearsal that is. And I couldn't have been a half mile from my house, and I had to lock him up, get around somebody who was locking themselves up, trying to turn, slip between him and an oncoming car. And I thought, okay, well, there was my close call for the evening. Nope. The next major street, I had another car slam on his brakes because they wanted to turn. And I thought for sure I was going to hit this car. So I'm just laid on it, letting the ABS do its job. And it was about 20 feet from the car. I figured, okay, I'm going to stop. I finally stopped. I looked up in my rearview mirror, and there's somebody crossed up right behind me, sliding sideways toward me. He lets off his brake at the last minute, but he clips my rear bumper. I drive an F-150. So, yeah, I ended up trading insurance information with him, and I just went home. I thought, it's just not worth it tonight because it was still snowing heavily. Everyone's okay though, by the way.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it really didn't do much here today. We got some snow last night, but
Whereabouts in Ohio are you?
we are north central Ohio, just right in the middle between Columbus and Cleveland.
I think it's going to pass south of you. See,
Yeah.
I'm just south of Indianapolis,
Yeah.
and probably the hardest hit in Indy. So, but it's not bad. I mean, we had about 4 inches yesterday, and it started coming down about 2:00 today, and so it was expected. And I never have any problem with it. It's people just forget how to drive in the snow every single year.
That's very true. I mean, you don't have to live in a state that doesn't have it. That's just like here in Ohio. I'm afraid to go out because they're idiots. I know how to drive in it, but it's the other idiots.
I don't know what a year does to them, or I should say, I don't know what a summer does to them, but it does something.
That's very
Are our
true.
memories that short?
I think I went out this morning, didn't I? My day has been a blur.
Yeah.
I went to the post office this morning, and there was snow on the truck, but yeah, I haven't been out since.
Well, Jim, I know that we have a lot of people here in the chat that are not familiar with your channel and what you do. So I would like for you to share with the folks a little bit about your channel, because I think you got a real unique concept going here. And then I got some more in-depth questions about that. But go ahead and just share with the folks, if you would, what you do with your channel and where you think you're going with it.
Sure. Well, like the name implies, it is the video call-in show, and what that actually means is that I invite anyone. You don't have to be a YouTuber. You don't have to be on any other video platforms. You could be anyone to call in, conference in, pretty much like we're doing now, video conference in, and talk about whatever they'd like to talk about. And I do that 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern time. And I like to start it out with a topic to, maybe somebody's going to come in on a particular night or watch my look at my scheduled shows and find a topic that they're very interested in, they want to comment on. But otherwise, they're open to talk about just about anything they want to. Been doing it for about a year now, actually a little over a year, and really enjoying it. I mean, I just totally enjoy finally being in front of the camera, because I've worked behind the camera for so many years, but also all the wonderful people that I've met since I started this. I think I've had it's almost 400 different interviews now. 120 of those are unique individuals, so it's been fantastic. Now, where do I see this going? Let's see. I think about that sometimes because I'd love this. This would be a fantastic full-time job, but I'm watching it go wherever it wants to go. Honestly, I look forward to coming on every night. In fact, I've got a show tonight, which, ironically enough, I've titled it "Are You Late for Things?" because I have a feeling I might be a little bit late for my own show tonight, which is fine. So yeah, wherever this goes, it goes. I just want to enjoy it while I'm doing it.
Well, you mentioned that you have a history in broadcasting, television work, and so on and so forth. Can you elaborate on that at all?
Sure. I actually started broadcasting back in, I want to say it's 1989, if memory serves. Yeah, I'm not a spring chicken, and that was with a local independent station. That lasted for about a year before they killed their news department, and me and 34 other people got the axe that day. Then I landed at the local Fox affiliate here in Indianapolis, and I worked there for about the next 10 years. And first started out just doing engineering. Then I moved into a lot of the production because anyone who's ever worked in broadcast before will know that you become a jack of all trades very quickly, right? There's a lot of holes to fill, and things. The show must go on, right?
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I learned a lot doing that. The last 2 years I was there, I actually designed and maintained their first website, which was awesome, and moved on from there. But I've also done a whole lot of video production beyond that as well. I built one of the nicest, in my opinion, and several others, video podcast studios here in the city, and managed that for a couple of years. But I've done a lot of this like you're doing now, only I would be the facilitator, and I would bring in a host and several speakers, and then they would run a show, usually live. Otherwise, I would just live switch it for a couple of years as well. So it goes back quite a ways. I haven't lost you, have I?
No, we're still here.
Oh, okay.
No, matter of fact, all I'm doing here is I'm getting the Zoom thing set up here so we can have some people call in.
Oh, I see.
So that's something that you actually helped me with. You and I spoke on the phone a while back, because prior to that, I just used an IP phone where I could have one person call, and then while they were on the phone, other people would call, and it got to be a hassle. So I knew you were using Zoom, and you were the only one I knew that was really going at it with multiple people and seemed to have a real good handle on everything that was going on. So you and I spoke on the phone, and we've been using that with great success here.
Fantastic.
Kiss My Grass Acres has a question. What does he do in his downtime?
Oh, what do I do in my downtime?
Yes,
well,
sir.
I got to tell you, I'm a man with 1,000 hobbies and time for none of them. But I'm also by trade a digital marketer and video production consultant. What I do during my downtime, well, a lot of it, I pour back into YouTube, because I've kind of become, you know how it is. You become obsessed to a certain degree, and in the marketing and the exposure and all that. But I love to hunt. I love to fish. I love to work on vehicles, rebuild vehicles actually. I love to weld. I love to work with my CNC machine, although I don't get a chance to do that much. I love to work with wood. I just got a new lathe that I'm dying to find time to work with, and I just can't. But you could almost name it, and I'm all over that sort of thing. I don't know if it's a curse or a blessing, but
you just said something that I didn't know you did. You say you have a CNC machine?
yeah, I built a CNC machine.
Well, I know he said he had lathe, so I know that perked up Samson Farms, because that's what Nathan does.
Yeah, Nathan's
so I
got
know
one.
Nathan perked up there.
Yeah, there's a few woodworkers among us out here.
Awesome.
I've made a number of things, all the way from furniture to utility type items, and
Yeah, he's drooled over a few CNC machines.
I have never invested in a CNC machine, but do you have a lathe? Do you have table saw?
Got a lathe. Yep, I've got a joiner.
Yeah, joiner.
Of course, a multitude of saws. Now the CNC machine, I did the same thing you did, Daryl. I salivated over several of the models that you either come fully assembled or you put together, and I thought, you know what, I could make one of those. So I literally built one from scratch, and still use it. In fact, I've got one video out there. I've mentioned it on my show a couple times, and of course I wouldn't expect you to know because it'd be buried in some of the live streams. But I literally built it from scratch, and that was as much fun as using it, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. So,
Well, you know what?
So what do you use your woodworking skills for? I mean, is that just a hobby thing for you, or do you actually do a part-time gig with that?
I don't make any money. It's literally just hobby right now. In fact, now that I talk about it, I've got a laser head that I'm dying to throw on there. I've had it for almost a year now, because I also want to like burn in some leather or actually throw a logo on some of my woodworking pieces. I just haven't gotten around to installing that thing. I bet I could show you a picture of it if you care to see it.
Well, if you'd like to throw it up there, feel free.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as we talk, I'll look
You
for
have
it
quite
and
a
see
few
if
folks here that would be interested.
Cajun Homesteader's asking if it's 5-axis.
No, just 3.
Okay.
I would love for it to be, but it's just 3. It's a home build. Yeah, some of my woodworking has, for some odd reason, centered on cornhole boards. I know you guys are familiar with cornhole boards. You're
Yes.
Midwesterners.
Uh-huh.
And I love doing that, which is kind of weird, but
Okay, Legacy Home and Garden is in the chat here and says, okay, did I miss it? What is the purpose of his channel? Sorry, it was late, I guess. And so our guest this evening has a channel called the Video Call-In Show. And it's a totally different concept where he basically hosts a platform. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Jim.
oh, sure will.
But
I don't mean to interrupt. Mama Z, thank you.
oh yes, thank you very much, Mama Z.
Appreciate that. Smudge appreciates that.
The he hosts a platform for people to come up and be online in a well, actually, I guess you'll even host them if they're just talking, but to express themselves based upon various subjects, either subjects he has picked or to bring up their own subjects and talk about it. It's just he's kind of provided just a city hall steps, I guess, for a public meeting.
Yeah, sometimes I like to think of it as a like a radio talk show, right? Radio call-in show, only with video. And anyone's invited based on the subject matter or whatever they'd like to get off their chest.
I know sometimes you have had the occasion where you get some jerks.
Oh, yeah.
We all do that.
Part and parcel.
Well, yeah, but he has to have a real quick trigger finger.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
Oh, man. And
Yeah.
believe me, it gets tired some nights. I got to hang out on that thing for quite a while. I've been really lucky, though. Honestly, I've been real lucky. There's only been a couple of times where people have come on and gotten stupid, and nothing that would boot me from the platform or anything. But one time, and I must tell you this, I was waiting for the individual to show himself because it's like I wasn't going to just take him straight to air because I didn't recognize the name or anything. And they must have thought they were on air because while I was looking at their ceiling light, suddenly the camera panned, and then suddenly I'm looking at a full moon. And I thought, well, you're not making it to air. So, yeah, sometimes that is the danger with having this type of show. But I try to stay on top of it. Here's that CNC machine, by the way. There you go. You wanted to take that full. That's I just welded it up. A few stepper motors, and of course a hazard fraught router on top, and boom, there she be. Quite proud of it though. It does some amazing things. I could watch that thing for hours.
Yeah, they're pretty fascinating machines.
I built this one so that I can actually take the bottom the wasteboard out, and I can go below the fold. So if I wanted to lay it down on a larger piece, because I also build professional PA speakers, and I can take it down to that level and do whatever I want to, whether it's cut out an opening for like access or for the speaker mount itself or certain things, a relief for the badge. It's fantastic for that sort of stuff. All right, enough about my CNC machine.
Okay, well, I know that there's a few people out there that enjoy seeing it. And now, you've mentioned that you've got a background in some web design and web work and search engine optimization and so on and so forth. Now, are you actively doing that? I mean, if somebody out here in the chat has a website or would like to have a website, is this something they could hire you for?
Oh, they most certainly could. Yeah, I've been a contractor most of my professional career, and it has been everything from, I started out making websites just using Notepad, all the way up to now doing very in-depth keyword research, search engine optimization, and pay-per-click and affiliate marketing. So, yeah, and I have a few clients now as we speak. I've always had clients. Occasionally, I'll hook up with a digital marketing firm that needs, just augment their services, but absolutely.
And, you know, we kind of hooked up a little bit later tonight. Are you watching the chat at all? Do you have the ability to see the chat that's going on?
I do. I have I had my file explorer over it, but yeah, get rid of that thing. Have I missed anything?
Did you see Brad's remark?
Well, yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I didn't know if he had seen it or not because he maintained a very straight face. And
Where was
so
it?
he obviously didn't see it.
Because I'm sitting here dying.
Who's Brad?
Go ahead.
BC Truck is the name of the channel.
It's one of our resident Texans.
And he's
The next time he has a show.
yeah.
He's a character. He is a
Well, see,
character.
that's the thing, Brad. I rarely wear pants on my show. I'm just saying.
Lord, TMI.
So I don't know about the yoga thing,
There you go, Brad.
but I will take that under advisement. And yeah, call in and talk to me about it. That'd be awesome.
Oh my. In
So-
fact, he'll be on after ours.
No, not on my show. I wouldn't say that it's it's adult content or anything, but it's certainly adults talking to adults, like you would hear on any street corner.
Well, and folks, I told him earlier that you can afford to be a little bit late because everybody that we've got in the chat here will just go raid you afterwards. So
Awesome.
Yeah, we tend to do that. We tend to do that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
I warned everybody. In fact, even in my next thumbnail, I've warned them.
No, Nathan. Daryl doesn't wear the shirts.
oh goodness.
And then we have a channel in here called The Naked Gardener.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah,
I've seen the Naked Gardener
when
around.
he first started, it was everybody was like, "Oh, let's go over his channel and see what he's doing." Sydney's pretty cool. Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we let Smudge out here and get a trivia question out of the way? And so, I'm sorry, Jim, you won't be able to hear it. I don't have a way to feed his voice back to you, but just hang with us here for a minute. And
We can talk about that, Daryl.
okay. All right.
Well, hi, folks. It's trivia time again. And we have to have some rules for this, so they are as follows. Number 1, you can only win once every 4 weeks. Number 2, you must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it appears embedded on the screen here. Your chat window may have a different order. And number 3, you have to send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address so we know where to send your winnings. Good luck.
Okay, and let me just kind of reiterate for anybody that's possibly new here this evening. The official order chat is what you see embedded in the screen in front of you. The chat on your browser and your neighbors and everybody else in here is probably in a different order. So the official order chat is what you see on the screen embedded in front of you. Having said all that, we do have a couple questions tonight, and it's liable to, we may stump them here tonight. I don't know how many folks we have in here that are regulars on your show, but we'll find out. So the first question is, let me bring it out here. What is my wife's name? And this is Jim asking the question. What is my wife's name? So
I know.
you know.
It's also my niece's name.
There's your clue.
Yeah, there's my clue. Not that anyone knows my nieces, but it's also one of my niece's names.
Really?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
my dreams.
Actually, Big Dreams Homestead, that sounds good right about now. My stomach's growling. But it's not ribeye, not cheese.
Yes, I can say it is not ribeye.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Look at the variation.
It is not Lucy, not Susan,
there we
not
go.
Kathy.
Life with Linda, honey, darling, baby. Yeah, there you go. You're safe with all of those. You can tell BC Truck is in Texas, Consuela. No, that's not it either.
We're going to have to start throwing some hints here.
I
think.
got a lot of decent female names, but it's none of those. Not Hey Boo. Oh.
I don't think they're going to get it.
Yeah, keep on going, folks.
Even you want them to keep going?
Yeah, well, we'll give them another minute here or 30 seconds.
Well, let's give them a little bit of a hint. Like it starts with
Well, it starts with
the letter.
Starts with a D.
Starts with a D.
and no Samson Farms. It's not Donna.
Or Debbie.
Yeah.
Or Laura. I need to go to live chat.
Too funny.
D,
Okay, it starts with a D.
as in Delta.
As in Delta, it starts with a D.
Pulling my military out. Oh my, flying now.
Yeah, it is. There we go. J
I see it.
Loves. Jessica. Looks like Jessica was the first one.
Okay.
Yep. Dawn. Jessica
Dawn it
got
is.
it.
A wonderful wife of 35 years.
Awesome.
All right.
Very good.
So, J Love Adventures, please send an email to familyhomestead@gmail.com. And Sherry will, you're going to have to include your address, and Sherry will.
Oh, it just happens that I know that address.
You happen to know that address.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, let me.
Winner.
Got the phone lines opened up for those of you that have been here before. You know that you have a couple different numbers that you can call. You have to type in the meeting number. It'll be placed in the green room, and then when I bring you out, you'll have the ability to talk. And anybody from your channel should be somewhat familiar with the same process. So,
Yes, I use Zoom exclusively, as you know.
So anyway, the numbers are rolling across the top of the screen. Now, I've also added something else here. And let me just check something. It doesn't seem smudge. I got a late start here tonight. Yeah, Smudge is here. Okay, so what you see on the left of the screen here is a little thing that I've just added for tonight that says Smudge Speak. And those are some different keywords you can type into the chat, and Smudge will be more than happy to send you links and information based upon those keywords. So that's just to help out our wonderful moderators, and we have some fantastic moderators.
Yes, we do.
So
Moderators are the best.
Mm-hmm. They help out considerably.
Oh man, don't they ever?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know about you guys, but I make it a habit to when someone comes on the show, and you can tell. I think I'm a pretty good judge of character, and when they prove themselves to be good people, why I know they'll take care of me. So I make them a mod.
Exactly.
You got a lot of mods too, so
Yeah. Yeah. There's sometimes that all your people that come into the chat are awesome, and there are other times that you truly need your mods.
how true, how true. And when you're busy, like a show like this, man, that comes in so handy because we've only got so many eyes,
Yeah.
ears, and fingers.
Oh, yeah, Nathan, you didn't do nothing. Uh-huh, sure.
Did do nothing.
Mary Carter's asking, how many subscribers would you recommend before doing your first live?
Oh well, I started with 0. If you looked at the promo that Daryl put together of me in glasses, that was my first ever unbelievably uncomfortable show. When I say uncomfortable, my second show was how horrible I thought I looked after I watched the playback. So here's the thing about going live. If advice is what we're looking for, I always say that as long as you've got a focus and a purpose for being live, I mean nobody wants to see you sleeping in a bed. But if you've got some things to say, if you've got a subject you want to cover, there are no subscriber restrictions outside of the phone thing. So I say do it. Just
Okay.
do it. Don't wait. Use what Nick Nimmin always says. He says, if you get yourself locked into analysis paralysis, you'll never do it. Just do it. Find your subject. Make notes if you have to, and then just go live.
Okay, Jim, we've got a caller here, so let me let him in the room here. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Angel,
Angel.
or as I used to call you, Grandpa Jim.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. I posted a video earlier, but today has been just going well. I'm glad to see you're doing well with your channel there, Jim. Because me and you met each other in March of this year on my 29th birthday, and since then it seems like it's been a great friendship between each other. Because I've been on your show so many times, and I've even made many of the guests laugh their butts off with my own personal jokes.
Yes, you have, Angel. And it's been a pleasure knowing you, my friend. A pleasure.
Well, it's been a pleasure to be on your show whenever I get the chance, and as you probably noticed, I haven't been on as much as I used to.
Well, it's understandable. You're in a new place. You had your accent. You're going through some things. I get it, dude. I get it. And don't feel bad about it. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't want people to worry about me too much because sometimes when a person is absent for a lengthy period of time, they're wondering if anything is wrong, and I just want people to know that I'm doing fine. It's just there's things that I've been dealing with that had taken up my time as of lately, but I'm trying to get it figured out. But it's great to see your channel is thriving, and I will say you need to use your community tab more often.
I know. Now I've only had that community tab for a couple of weeks now. I'm still working into it, Angel. But I will. Appreciate the advice.
No problem.
So, did you have a question?
Well, basically, I was gonna ask you before you began your video calling show and such. Well, did you have any other career that you wanted to do in terms of like broadcasting before you started your own channel? Because some people have a different path they want to take when it comes to the kind of career that they're starting out with. Like you were saying, you were in broadcasting and such for the period of time as an assistant, and sometimes some people will go from broadcasting to a network provider to even a producer / director.
Well, I've been all of those, Angel, from behind the scenes, and this will surprise some people that my first thought wasn't a video show, a broadcast show. It was a podcast. I thought I was going to do a podcast. And then after having built the studio, which was originally for audio only, you've heard me talk about the studio before, haven't you?
Yep.
When I built that and then retrofitted it for video, right in the middle of construction, thank heavens, because there was a lot of work that needed to be done for that. It was only then that I thought, you know what? I'm facilitating all of these video podcasts, for lack of a better description. I want to do one of my own, and that's how it all started. But yeah, I would say podcasting would have been the path I would have taken had I not gone down this road.
But I'm glad you made the right choice and went down this road, because some people don't know the path that they take until they give themselves a chance in that road. Because, like, let's say if you did go with podcasting and it didn't turn out what you expected, you probably would have given up on that podcasting. But happy you went with the video call-in show channel, and happy to see that it's going in the direction that you want.
Well, thanks. And had I gone down that road, Angel, the worst part about it is we would have never met.
Ain't that the truth, Grandpa Jim? You're the best.
Good to see you, buddy.
It's always great being on your show whenever I get the chance.
And I loved having you. I love having you, Angel.
Well, that was the only question that I had, because I knew everything about you that you said already, but I was just curious if you had thought of something else before you went with the video calling show, and now I know that what you would have went with if you had not gone this route.
That was a great question. Great question. And I hadn't thought about it since I started the show, so it was nice to kind of rattle the brain and watch that fall out. So thanks, bud.
No problem. Well, that's pretty much it. If anyone else is behind the scenes, I'll get off and let them on.
I'm glad you called in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for calling.
And
Angel.
I just want to thank what's your husband's name? The dude who just spoke.
Oh,
That's Daryl.
I just want to thank Daryl for his advice that he gave to me for when he did my review, when he did his whole YouTube channel, a stream of reviewing channels and giving them advice. I just want to thank Daryl for his advice of what he told me of what I need to work on, and I'll try to get that improved.
well, thank you very much, Angel. As you know, I know that you've been there a couple times. You know, we just try to do some generic generic help as far as how do other people see your channel.
Yep.
And go from there.
And you guys do a great job at that, by the way.
Yeah, and the first time you gave me advice, I took your advice to heart and improved on my banner and on my thumbnails a bit. But it's just a description of my channel is what I need to work on, because the last time you read my description, it had a few people's names that a lot of people don't want to hear, like the person who did the whole hashtag I am a creator community, which is dead now.
Well, okay.
I didn't know that, by the way. Interesting.
I didn't either. That's why.
Well, many of your people suggested to like re-edit my description, and I pretty much just deleted everything. But I need to re-put the stuff that I want to tell what my channel is about in a more descriptive, understanding way that will attract more people.
And feel free to share with the folks or type in right now the chat so people can come check out your channel if they like.
Yeah, even though I'm no homesteader or the video call and show host myself, I just do pretty much anything and everything on my channel. That's why it's called the Angel Munoz Variety Show, because I just do pretty much anything and everything on there. And I'll type in the chat once I get off. But I always look forward to meeting new people, and I'm always happy when I make new friends to last me a while, even if he is or is not my grandpa.
Okay.
Jim.
Oh, you're killing me, Angel.
I kill you and your people all the time, because I remember back a month or two ago on one of your Sunday streams, everyone laughed their butts off, including David, the producer.
That's true. That is true.
Well, I'm going to get off. I'll see you all later. It was great calling in, and it's always great being a part of you guys' show.
Yeah, Angel, make sure you comment on there so people can go to your channel. I did mention who's on the phone right now so people can check it out. But if you comment, that way they can go right to it.
I'll do that.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for calling.
So, Jim, I noticed in your background there you have some percussion instruments. You a drummer?
I am a drummer, yes. Yes, I am. And vocalist. Although I don't think I do either one of them particularly stellar.
Do you
Self-taught.
do you play any other musical instruments, or just drums, or?
Well, I would say percussion, because I do more than just hold the sticks. There's a lot of other pieces that I use. Being in local bands, and I guess I would attribute it to my ear. I hear all of these small things happening that poor people can't normally pick up on or duplicate in the standard instruments. So I do a lot more percussion. In fact, sometimes when I take my acoustic kit out, I'll have a brain with me with a couple pads. Well, I'll have special effects keyed into them and use those as well during specific songs. So
Well, and
I would say percussions, but nothing else.
and I noticed behind you, at least wise from what I'm able to see, it almost looks like you have another percussion instrument hanging on the wall there.
Oh, yes, percussion cap. That's actually flintlock. If you're talking about the Harper's Ferry here. Yeah, that's an 1873 Harper's Ferry flintlock rifle.
Which is kind of a percussion.
Yes. Now the Colt 1911, which is right here.
Yep, I see it.
Yes, that's a Series 80. I'm dying to get an original and a Series 70, but I happen to be a collector of sorts. So,
Well, and I know that I have heard on your show that you also have a Mustang.
I do. My first car. I still have it. It looks something. You probably weren't expecting this. It looks something like this. Now, actually, it's a bit more apart than that. It's the front end. It's a 1970 Mach 1. It was my father's. He bought it new, and I've had it since '77. And right now it's in its second rebuild. It's got the 351 Cleveland, 3-speed from the factory, but I'm going to change that to probably a Tremec 5 or 6-speed. It's going to be a resto mod because it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to go to my son when I'm done with it.
Okay, and we've got another caller here.
Oh, wonderful.
Hello, this is Darrow. Who's calling, please? Okay, you
Is that a solicitor? Is he going to sell some? Tell me about my insurance and.
well, I don't know, because I just muted them, obviously, and they've hung up, so. Don't know who it was. But
I thought for sure it was going to thank us for using Visa and MasterCard and sell us a protection or something.
Well, I've had a couple of live calls, I'm going to say. Not on a Monday Night Live. But on some of our other live streams, I have actually taken some live calls, and we've had a
Solicitors.
pleasurable time.
Oh yeah.
Talking with the solicitors on the air, so to speak.
Yeah, Brad. They want to call about the car warranty. We've gotten a few of those lately.
Oh man,
It's like
they are relentless.
But
Life with Linda had a '70 Mustang Mach 1. Sweet.
and my cousin has a Mustang in Rochester, and it's a show car.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. This guy here actually got fourth place in the Midwest Mustang Nationals, but that was way back in '81, after its first restoration.
Yeah, Jake from State Farm. Yeah.
Jake is always the second caller. Avon calling. Oh God, you remember that?
Oh yes, my mother was an Avon lady.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I can remember my nieces getting into all those little lipstick samples. Oh yeah, that was fun times.
all right, let's try this again here. Maybe.
Yeah, Ebola. You're right, Nathan. Yeah, Ahmed is the family is sick. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've got an engine conversation going on. Cajun Homesteader says 351 Cleveland was better than 351 Windsor. Yes. Yes, and that was predominantly due to the head makeup.
Well, I know it was a much better motor for the roundy rounds for the circle track.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, a lot of horsepower, a lot of torque. Those free flow heads were awesome, are awesome, I should say. But I've got to actually have them worked. I'm not going to install the valve guides myself, but it's set up for premium leaded fuel, and I've got to have that changed out to run unleaded in it. Otherwise, the tank of gas is a 22-gallon tank, which is people are always amazed at that in such a relatively small car. But it used to cost $100 a tank full back when gas was just a little over $1. Because you had to add all kinds of, octane booster, lead additive, and it just got real expensive.
Well, you probably could have just gone to the airport and filled it up.
That's true. And then actually, we could still get premium fuel when I hung her up in, I think, 93, because we had a blue and white station. Do you remember those?
Blue and white? No.
Yeah. They were the last holdouts, at least in Indy, that would sell leaded ethyl.
No, I'm not familiar with blue and white. I mean, we had the Chevron and the Ohio and Shell and all the Sinclair stations and
Sinclair, the standards.
Standard Oil.
Yeah.
Sinclair, wasn't that the one with the dinosaur?
That was the one with the dinosaur.
Okay.
Philip 66.
Yeah, that's the only way I remember that one.
Texaco.
Yes.
And some of those stations are still viable stations. I think out west. I think Texaco is still a.
So is Philip 66 here in Indy.
So. Yeah.
And of course Shell.
Mm-hmm. That one's still
And
around.
I try to use those. I'll use those before I'll use the speedways, because I typically get better gas mileage anywhere but Speedway. Speedway, I'm sorry, if you want to become a sponsor, I might have just thrown the baby out with the bathwater. But but I can't bring myself to go to Speedways, because for the longest time, and we just had this discussion Sunday night about ethanol and gas. I was running tests, and Speedway was one of those where I would get worse gas mileage by almost 5% whenever I filled up with Speedway gas, as opposed to even a BP. Or my favorite was Shell, though. Shell was by far the best.
But Speedway has good breakfast sandwiches.
That's true. And the burritos aren't bad either. I mean, let's be real about
Yeah,
this.
if you get two of them, it's like 2 for $3. You can't beat them.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get the other trivia question here out of the way. So, Jim, just relax a minute here, and we'll let Smudge talk again.
Sounds good.
Well, hi, folks. It's trivia time again. And we have to have some rules for this, so they are as follows. Number 1, you can only win once every 4 weeks. Number 2, you must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it appears embedded on the screen here. Your chat window may have a different order. And number 3, you have to send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address so we know where to send your winnings. Good luck.
Okay. And again, just to remind everybody, the official order of chat is what you see on the screen in front of you. That's what we have to go by. And a little bit different tonight, because we're not... we have somebody that's a little bit outside the homesteading genre, which is absolutely fine. We do this from time to time. Bring in a ringer. I guess you might say
A ringer?
a ringer. We bring in. We've brought in.
You're a ringer, Jim.
We have brought in chefs.
Yes,
We have also brought in some very some prepping channels that are just, they're very much non-homesteader. They are preppers. But what else? We've had a few others that are just from time to time, and we enjoy doing that. So anyway, question number 2 tonight is: we have 2 dogs. Name one of them.
And no, it's not Smudge.
That's not.
How do
Smudge,
I
no.
know that name's going to come up?
Yeah, this is Jim asking the question. We have 2 dogs. Name one of them.
Boy, of the 4 questions I sent you, I think that's probably the one I mentioned the least, maybe. But I bet the small dog I've made mention of more so than the large one. No, it's not Fluffy. Good guess, though. We might as well start with a first letter.
Go for it.
I'm gonna say one starts with an L, the other one starts with a B, as in Bravo.
Mm-hmm. And no, it's not Bowser.
Nope. Bow, bow, bow.
Here we go. Actually, Fifi used to be my poodle way back when.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. My mom had a white standard poodle. Yep.
Skid mark.
God.
That could be my son's cats. He's got a lot of feral cats that he uses for mice control, and they keep dropping off the map.
Oh,
They do it to themselves, but
do the mice get them instead?
I'm not really sure. Jury's still out on that one. Oh, somebody was so close.
Yeah, really.
Oh, I should say that they're both girls. How's that? Does that help?
That could.
That would rule out Billy and Larry. Has anyone known someone who's had a dog named Larry? I'd like to meet that person.
Oh, really? Well, one of them is also the name of a drink.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I had to stop and think
Yeah,
about
I was going to say, you got very quiet.
Yeah, it's like a type of alcohol, you might say.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. One that my mother used to make, so.
I can't even think what you would use to describe the other one. That's a very, very common name for
No, it wasn't Brandy.
no, it wasn't Brandy.
Mm-mm.
Or Brenda or Bonnie or Bart.
Loving Ivy Farm. That's close enough spelling, I would think. What about
There
you,
it is.
Jim? Bailey.
I see it.
Yeah, Loving Ivy Farm, Bailey.
Oh, I didn't see the one up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. Very good.
So
very good.
she was the first.
Loving Ivy Farm. Please send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com.
The answers were Lex or Bailey.
Lexi.
Lexi. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have got another caller here. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh.
What if
And
that's not a great
every
game?
mother's child is gonna spy.
Okay, well we can't be playing music on here.
Nope, can't take the music. Thanks for playing, though.
Okay. Well, we give them an opportunity.
Absolutely. And that's all you can do.
So, kind of interesting. So anyway, it's 10 o'clock.
It is.
I know that your show is supposed to be starting right now.
It is.
So we all need to go do a raid on Jim's channel.
awesome.
So
And it's literally YouTube / video calling show.
So if any of our mods can put up the link, and we can all go from here right to Jim's channel.
And he will be online very, very shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Very shortly.
Yep.
Just have a few hoops to jump through here. I've got to start Zoom myself, and I absolutely will. It's in my my scheduled shows, upcoming shows on the channel page. So if you hang out there, it will definitely be live soon.
Okay, sounds good. Jim, thanks so much for being here tonight. We enjoyed having you. Hope you
so
had a good
much.
time.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. I've been looking forward to this show for several months now, actually.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when we started this, and you know, it was like pulling teeth
Yeah,
to get
absolutely.
people to do this. And now people are saying, yeah, I'd like to be on it. Can you schedule me for next week or in 2 weeks? And I go, we're scheduled into September now
Of next year.
2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
People going, what?
So if anybody would like to be on the show, let us know now.
Yeah.
All right,
Get in line.
Yeah.
Jim, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, have a wonderful evening. Stop over and check out the video call-in show.
And next week's guest,
Will be one of our moderators.
yep,
Oh.
Samson Farms, Nathan.
Guys, thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. It's fun.
Good night, everybody. Have a great week.